Good evening.
Good evening, Jisha.
Bindu, you are just like you are in just like look like you are in space. But on the video.
Because of it was there was no charge in mobile, so
Also
I
the
kept
charging. So that charging part is down. That's why you just turn it up. Fine. Actually, today I need your full support because I lost my original sound.
Okay.
And not when actually fever and throat everything is there. So
Today Kim ma'am is also not feeling well. She is
oh,
also having stomach problem. Jasmine.
may I know who is this?
Ah, she doesn't.
Jasmine. Yeah, yes,
She left.
she left. Okay, fine. We can start. So I think minimum you just ran from somewhere and sitting in the class.
Yes.
Okay.
I didn't change even.
You had anything? Tea or any snack? Okay,
Yes.
fine. Okay, we can start prayer.
Keep us pure and honest, loving and true. Let us march forward and to thou lead us with thy divine light ideals placed before us by our elders. Thought for the day also I will do. The difference between ordinary and extraordinary is that little extra. Jimmy Johnson's words.
Okay, fine. Hello, Jasmine. May I know from which batch you joined? Could you please come out?
I
She left. I don't know who is this. Actually, we have Chong, Choi, Fiona, and Reshmi, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. Anyway,
Maybe, ma'am. Anyway, she is from our batch. Means any one of the batch. Matsri itself. Otherwise, she cannot get this now.
yeah, that's it. Anyway, no problem. Okay, so where were we?
We did that comparison of Montessori and ordinary, and I made like this comparison. Are you seeing?
Yeah, yes, I can.
Ma'am, one more thing. I joined in our school itself. I'm going one period in LKG.
Oh, very
LKG and
good. What you are doing there?
now, this 1 week I just observed the class how they are taking because immediately we cannot take the class. No, the pattern will change now. So I observe how they are taking. Then this week and next week also I will. My coordinator she told KG coordinator she told that this 2 weeks I can observe
Okay.
because up to LKG F. Today I went LKG F, LKG E left out. So next week LKG F I'll go, then UKG all the classes. So these 2 weeks I will observe all the classes, how they are taking the pattern, how the children are. Very nice, ma'am.
Yes.
That KG I never used to go. Sometimes I'll go for visit and nothing like that inside the classroom. When they are taking the class, I never used to go. So today, when the systematically they are doing, the children doing, when we are doing now our that color pencil with that one
Yeah,
thing we are doing now,
that
that
inset,
thing,
the language apparatus, in that language
yes,
apparatus,
language
there is
apparatus.
insets.
So
Okay.
these children they are doing in alphabetically with different colors they are doing.
Okay.
Just doing. Then that time immediately it came to my mind that class.
Okay, very fine. Actually, the greatest quality of a quality of Montessori facilitator is observation itself. then only we will grow, and at the same time we can identify the behavior of each kid. Then only we can decide what to teach, when to teach, how to teach. Okay,
Uh,
very good.
yes, ma'am. When I went there, no, I got two classes. I got two children. They are very slowly. They are writing very
Okay,
slow, and I help them to slanting lines. Just like I am telling them, they are looking at me and they are smiling. It was very nice. I enjoyed.
okay, very good. Okay, so tomorrow is our ninth batch convocation.
Is it
I am
okay?
just trying to make your convocation with your regular batch. That's why we are running. I whether I am troubling you, I
No,
may
ma'am.
with pressure.
We we also need to get our convocation very fast.
Yeah, yes. I think Kim can join soon with her partner after the convocation, and if he wishes to come for the convocation, that will be great for us also. We can see him. No, anyway, I hope Kim is listening us. Anyway, take care, Kim, and take rest also. Okay, fine. So we can move to our chapter. So we were just analyzing the comparison between traditional method, that is conventional teaching method, and
What is
Montessori method. And one is just studying just like studying the subject, and the second one is just like learning. We are just learning through exercises and experiences, right?
yes.
uh,
Yes, ma'am.
whatever we are doing and in which class we are teaching, our learning pattern should be like that, just like learn, unlearn, relearn. Do you know the difference between these three?
Learn means we all somebody is telling us that we are hearing and we are obeying, we are following, we are following. Unlearn means that we are maybe we are attending the class, but we are not concentrating. Yeah, we don't know anything. That is also we can say unlearn. Then relearn means we already know something and we are going again, putting effort for that again. We want to see. Is it correct, ma'am?
Somewhat. Actually, we all know that in our school time, that is an elementary class, we are just studying. That is, subject studying is happening. That is, we just memorize so many things. We are by hearting so many things, mug up some portions, and we are writing the exam for the marks. But when we realize that this is not the method, we just start learning. That means we are acquiring that knowledge, and we are analyzing information, and it become knowledge that will be in our mind or brain, wherever it is, uh, still our last breath, right?
Yes.
So we are just, who is this? Sheena. May I know who is this? From which batch? Hello, Sheena. Can you hear me? Sheena, കേൾക്കാമോ?
കേൾക്കാൻ പറ്റുന്നുണ്ട്.
ഏത് ബാച്ചിലാണ് ഷീന?
ഞാന്
ആ,
30 ആണ് ബാച്ച്.
13 ബാച്ചാണ്. ആക്ച്വലി ഇത് റെഗുലർ 13 ബാച്ചിന്റെ ക്ലാസ് അല്ല. നമുക്കൊരു സ്പെഷ്യൽ ബാച്ച് ഉണ്ട് 13. നമ്മുടെ ഒരു മണിപ്പൂരിൽ നിന്നും ഒരു കിം ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലുള്ള ഒരു ക്ലാസ് ആണ്. ഇഫ് യു വിഷ് യു ക്യാൻ ജോയിൻ. പക്ഷെ എനിക്ക് ഇരിക്കണം എന്ന് താല്പര്യം ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇരിക്കുക. എന്തുകൊണ്ട് ഇന്ന് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ജോയിൻ ആയത്?
ഞാന് ഏപ്രില് കയറിയതാ.
അതല്ല ഷീല, ഈ ടൈമിൽ ഇപ്പൊ ജോയിൻ ആവാൻ കാര്യം എന്താ? നിങ്ങക്ക് ക്ലാസ് ഉണ്ടെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നോ?
ആരുന്നില്ലേ, മാമിന്റെ ക്ലാസ് ഉണ്ട് പറഞ്ഞിരുന്നു. അപ്പൊ ഞാൻ
ആര്
ഇന്നുണ്ടോന്ന് അറിയാൻ
പറഞ്ഞു?
വേണ്ടി വെച്ച് നോക്കിയതാ.
ആര് പറഞ്ഞു? ഇന്നലെയായിരുന്നു നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ക്ലാസ്.
ഇന്നലെ ഉണ്ടായിരുന്നു.
ആ, ഇനിയുള്ള
ഞാനത്
ക്ലാസ്.
മെസ്സേജ് നോക്കിയിട്ട് ഒന്നുകൂടി നോക്കിയപ്പോ അതിന് എന്തെങ്കിലും വന്നിട്ടുണ്ടോ നോക്കിയതാണ്. അപ്പോഴാണ് ഇത് കണ്ടത്. അപ്പൊ ഇന്നാണ് വിചാരിച്ചത്. ഡേറ്റ് നോക്കിയില്ല മാം.
ഓക്കെ ഓക്കെ,
സോറി മാം.
കുഴപ്പമില്ല കുഴപ്പമില്ല. ഷീനക്ക് ഇരിക്കണമെങ്കിൽ ഇരിക്കാം.
ഇല്ല,
കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ല.
ഞാനില്ല. ഞാന് പണികളുടെ ഇടയിലും നോക്കാലോ വിചാരിച്ചിട്ട് കേറിയതാണ്.
ആ ആ ഓക്കെ.
കുട്ടികളെ പഠിപ്പിക്കുന്ന സമയാണേ.
ആ ആ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് ഇന്നലെയായിരുന്നു കേട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ, താങ്ക് യു മാം ട്ടോ.
ആ
ശരി
റെക്കോർഡ്
മാം.
ക്ലാസ് കാണൂ കേട്ടോ ഇന്നലത്തെ.
ഓക്കെ,
ശരി
ശരി ട്ടോ.
ഓക്കെ.
താങ്ക് യു മാം.
ഓക്കെ മാറിപ്പോ ഞാന് ആക്ച്വലി ഐ ജസ്റ്റ് റിട്ടേൺ ബാക്ക് ഓൺ ട്യൂസ്ഡേ ഐ തിങ്ക്. Yeah, it's on Wednesday. Yes, I returned back from Bangalore on Wednesday. Actually, there was a regular class for this 13 batch. So I thought I have one full day session in another school where I am doing intervention. And so I thought that after the class I will be tired due to the journey. Also, I didn't get enough time for sleep and rest. So I just rearranged the class on Thursday for them. So maybe she missed that message that is Thursday. She thought that it is on today. She may be seen that message now or somewhere, sometime before. So that's why she joined. Okay, fine. Okay, so what? Yes, learn, unlearn, then relearn, and we are mugging up so many things. And after some more classes, like when we just got our sense in some UP session, or for some kids, it may be in high school or higher secondary session. The kids know that we have to learn, not study. So that is the difference between learn and study. Okay, sometimes in some subject, we have to relearn the topic. That means if we learn something, we are just we like to know more about that. So we will relearn about the topic. And some topics we don't need. That means we will forget about it. So they're just like the date of something, the date of that, when was the battle, something like that. Some portions are there, no. So we don't need to remember for future. So that is unlearned. These three processes combined together means thematic learning. So that means we are just acquiring, we are just collecting some informations and we are analyzing the information. Sometimes we will research on that information, and after that we will get a clear idea about that topic, and then we will make it into knowledge. Whenever there is some cases happen like this, knowledge has to be applied, we will apply the knowledge in that time, and we can provide others what we learned from the topic, that is the knowledge we are spreading to others. Dr. Maria Montessori says that whenever we are applying the knowledge we acquired in certain situations, and we are providing that knowledge to others, then only we will be productive, and then only the education will be completed. That is Maria Montessori's thought. So education should be wide and complete. We have to think out of the box. We don't need to focus on one particular text on or one particular PDF or anything like that. Okay. Anyway, we just went through that comparison between conventional teaching and Montessori method. I think it's very clear for you because you people are every day observing small kids. Then it will be more clear for you, and your school is also a good platform for Montessori method. Not they are just merely going through the conventional teaching method. Okay, is that true? Correct? No.
Exactly, ma'am. Exactly.
Okay, higher classes also they are not focusing on subject. In your school there are many extracurricular activities and many other activities. They are just maximum utilizing the resources and time also. I think so. I heard about that earlier also. I heard about your school. Okay. Okay, friends. So when come to our subject, so we can move to our third unit, right? Yes, that is law
Exactly.
of natural development. We know that you all aware about many type of fruits, right? If that fruits ripe naturally, then their taste will be different, very sweet and tasty. But if we make them to, and just like some using some artificial methods and making them too ripe, then their taste will be not that much good, right? Similarly, the kids also develop naturally. That is law of natural development. We know that human babies are incapable at birth. They couldn't even move by their own. They couldn't lift their head. They need support for some days for their head also, and they need support for everything. They only know simply they are crying. They only know that, right? Somebody will be there for them to feed. Somebody will be there for cleaning them. Somebody will be there for bathing them and changing their clothes, and sometimes the caregiver is needed for them to make sleep also. Okay, but just compare with animal babies, what's the difference?
Animal babies by birth itself, they will run. They will do their all the things.
Yes, they are very capable. Initially they will skew around like this, but uh, very easily they are just jumping, running, hopping, everything will be they will do. There is no need for them to support. If they feel hungry, they will go to their mother. If mammals are there, mammals if they are, they will go to their mother and suck the milk by themselves. They are very independent. Similarly, every human being has this potential, but it will take time to develop. Once they developed, man is the most powerful species in the world. Okay, okay, Bindu Mama, I think you have to read the topic because Kim is also not well. You're okay?
I'm okay. I will read now. Law of natural development. Have you noticed the difference between human babies and animal babies? Human babies seem to be more incapable than animal at birth. Animals can walk within hours after birth. Some can skim around the creep like puppies. But human babies can barely do anything at all. They cannot move on their own. And they are so helpless that they can't even lift their own head. They just laid there and cried. Sea turtles, newly devised on a beach, will naturally move towards the ocean. The joy climbs into its mother's pouch upon being born. Why are we born like this? It is because the animals have special aptitude which help them for their development. In the human child, instinct has withdrawn to give place to something higher, to the brilliance and will of man. Animals have merely to activate their instincts towards their specified behavior, and their psychic life is limited to this. But in man, there is this other fact, the creation of human brilliance. But a human baby is not born with intelligence. It develops as a result of the communication with its environment and as the spiritual embryo unfolds. Montessori opined.
Okay,
For
Bindu Mama.
the
Okay. In that first paragraph, joy, just correct the spelling, Joey. That is a kid of kangaroo. Last sentence in first paragraph. It is Joey. So, can you just explain what you understand from these two paragraphs?
Yeah, it is telling like that human babies are by birth itself they are not able to do the things themselves. They are dependent. They cannot move. They cannot lift their heads. They can only know that they will lay down on the place where they are and they will cry. But instead of human babies, the animals, when we are seeing that some of them immediately they will wake up from their that atmosphere. They will adapt, and they will suck their mother's milk, and sometimes they will creep just like baby cats, baby dogs. They will make their sound. Some baby cats and dogs, they will not open their eyes in that time. After some days it will happen, just like birds. It's very, I know that chicks and all, it is coming out. They they are very tiny, and later only their fur and all, it will become fluffy. Then what I noticed, the squirrel, just like squirrel and other lizards babies, they are just like, there is nothing on the scales, won't be there, the fur won't be there, very skinny, only that skin will be there. Like that, but very soon they will recover. They will become, they can active, they are active. But the human babies, they will take at least 6 months, 4 months. They have to crawl. 6 months they have to sit. Like that, it will take time to speak. Sometimes it will be 1 year, maybe more than 1 year. Standing at 8 month, they will stand, they will catch, and they will walk. So it is taking time. So what it is, uh, animals have special aptitudes which help them for their development. Yes, instinct has withdrawn to give place to something higher, to the brilliance and will of man. Yes, but what all the things they are doing in that bare time, but the brilliance that it will come, the man, the humans, they are the superiors.
Okay, fine. Actually, that is everything is happening very fast in the case of animals. But for man, like for human being, it will take time. They have the potential inside, but it will take time. And we are just telling like that is the development of mind, intellectual, cognitive development. Everything is taking time. That's why Maria Montessori said that the mind of the human being is, she called it like spiritual embryo. Embryo, we know that that life is inside mother's womb, like during the time of ninth month, ninth week. It's called that embryo, that life. Okay, after some more time, after completing 9 months only, all the organs are developing, internal and external organs are developing, and the baby come out. But his mind is still in embryo state. It will take time. So we have next two paragraphs. In that paragraph, what all things are needed for developing a human baby's spiritual embryo. That means mind development, cognitive development, intellectual development. For that, what all things are needed? That is given in the two paragraphs. After the two paragraphs, we have one flow diagram. In that flow diagram, it is given that what all conditions are necessary for the development, natural development, and what all conditions are there uh, performing as tools for making this development naturally. Yes, Binduva, if you can read that two paragraphs.
Yes, ma'am. For the child to self build himself, she concluded, I mean, Maria Montessori concluded that the child must possess within a predetermined psychic pattern, which is not visible at birth. She referred to them as the spiritual embryo. Montessori believed that for the psychic pattern to reveal itself, two conditions must be fulfilled. First, surroundings. He needs to collaborate with his environment to understand or come to terms with the limit of his universe. Second, he needs freedom to reveal himself. If these two conditions are absent, the psychic life of the child will not reach its potential and his personality will be stunted. Therefore, The child must also develop a sensitive period and an absorbent mind. Montessori described the spiritual embryo or the predetermined psychic pattern as a set of laws, the laws of natural development. These are the inborn powers which make the helpless human babies into the most powerful species on earth. Then the flow chart.
So, in this, for making this development naturally, we need to fulfill two conditions. One is the environment where the child is growing up. This environment has three phases or three areas: family, that is home, then institution, then society. Okay, the child is going through these three areas of environment: surroundings or environment. Second one, he needs freedom to reveal himself. Let the kid to do the things what they can do by their own. Don't stop him. Whatever he is doing, don't stop him. Let him dress himself. Let him uh, tie the shoelaces. Let him make his bags. Let him make his water bottle. Let him do and take do some cleaning job. No, let him do. Sometimes he is very interested to fold his clothes. Let him do. Sometimes he likes to water the plants. Let him. So whatever he can do by himself, let him do. Don't say like, you don't do it nicely, you are very slow, I will do for you. Let him take his own time. You have to give him space and pace. Okay, understood? So, and then for this, there is two tools are already inside there, that is in their mind. There is two tools. One is absorbent mind. They are just like sponge. If you put a sponge in some water, the sponge will absorb all the water, right? Like that, the kid's mind is just like sponge. They will absorb whatever they are seeing, whatever they are listening, everything they will absorb. Okay, so it is, their mind is just like absorbent mind, and they are very sensitive to the surroundings. They are very sensitive to the environment. Whatever they are seeing, whatever they are uh, listening, whatever they are touching, whatever they are biting, everything is very sensitive. They are using all their five senses to learn all the things from the environment. So these two aids will help them to develop very nicely, like sensitive period and absorbent mind. So this spiritual embryo will gradually develop and it will become mature. You couldn't see that spiritual embryo. Maria Montessori just called a name of that uh, mind or intellectual level or cognitive level of a kid. That is spiritual embryo. It is in embryo state. It has to be developed. For developing this embryo state, that is spiritual embryo, we need two conditions. Two conditions should be fulfilled. That is proper environment and freedom. But freedom within the limits, just like a kite. The kite, just the kite thought that he's flying far, far away, but we are the one who is controlling how far the kite should go. Okay, just like we have to control the kid. For the kid, they will feel like, yes, I'm getting freedom to do, but we are the person who is designing that freedom for the kid. Okay, fine. Now come to the flow chart. I think you both have the text with you. That's why I'm not sharing, because when sharing, that screen will be large. So I couldn't see you people. And now we three are like, since Bindubam is watching from mobile, that's why you are just like a rectangle tablet. We both, Kim and me, just like a square. So if I share, I will see just like that size will be less. Okay. So in that first, hello Adira, everybody is just misunderstood that today is the class. They may skip yesterday's class. Okay, so child, that is predetermined psychic pattern, that is predetermined their spiritual embryo. That's it. And for developing them, right side we can see that boxes. We need the necessary condition is environment and freedom. Then internal aids to child development is sensitive period and absorbent mind. So many of the kids have many behavior. Establishing behavior is there, like their individual behavior. When they are alone, their behavior is something different. When they are in a group, their behavior is different. When they are in peer group, their behavior is different. When they are with elders, their behavior is different. When they are with their caregivers, behavior is different. So we can see many models of behavior. And this predetermined psychic pattern, that is a spiritual embryo, the development of for the development of spiritual embryo, Maria Montessori explained it in just like law of natural development. And the first one is law of work. Every kid wishes to do many activities, like they don't sit silent, or they don't sit idle. They will always doing something. uh, Within a blink they will do many things. So that is the law of work. They have to move, they have to do activities. That is the first one, law of work. Then law of independence. We said that we have to give them freedom. Freedom make them more independent. That is, they will dress by themselves, they will do many things by their own. So that is law of independence. Then development of intelligence. When they are doing any activity and they are getting enough freedom for doing that activity, they become independent. So that will develop their creativity and intelligence. If we give them one toy, they will play with that toy. After that they will manipulate and they will do some other activity with that toy. That's the development of their intelligence. And that manipulation, that is, they are just making that toy into another thing. That is their imagination and creativity, the development of imagination and creativity. Then say that we said that their behavior is different in different groups. From different group, that is, after socializing, they are getting many values, many moral things from others, from their peer group, from their caregiver, from the surroundings. So their spiritual and emotional life is developing. Then stages of child's growth. We already just took one book and make it into 4 parts for the assessment tool. That is given in this stages of child's growth. Maria Montessori divided the stages into two, childhood and adulthood. And after that, she divided childhood into 2 periods and adulthood into 2 periods. So 4 periods are there. The formative planes, the development of child is mainly divided into 4 periods that we can look into later. Okay, fine. So the first law, that is law of work. Okay, Vinovan, you can if you want to take a break, I can read.
No problem. I will.
Okay, there are 2 paragraphs. Okay.
Okay. Law of work. Montessori assumes that children prefer work to play. Love of work includes the ability to choose work freely and to find serenity and joy in work. According to Maria Montessori, children at Casa di Bambini were able to achieve an integration of self through their work. She observed that children who came in with destructive behavior like aggressiveness, hostility, etc., quickly settled down in the prepared environment. They became calm and peaceful after working with materials in the prepared environment. Slowly, all destructive behavior disappeared. Montessori concluded that some great need of the child must have been met through this activity of concentration, and that the new state of the child had thereby reached was actually his normal state. Montessori referred to this process of psychic integration as the normalization of the child. Through work, children become normal. The next para. Among the revelations the child has brought us, there is one of fundamental importance. The phenomenon of normalization through work. It is certain, but the child's aptitude for work represents a vital instinct. For without work, his personality cannot organize itself and deviates from the normal lines of its construction. Man builds himself through working. The work of a child is different from that of a group grown
Okay,
up.
Bindu. Okay, Bindu.
മിസ്സേ,
Adya,
സോറി,
yes.
ഞാൻ അറിയാതെ കയറിപ്പോയതാണ്. മിസ് എന്നെ വിളിച്ചപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക് എനിക്ക് കോളും വന്ന് എനിക്ക് പറയാനും പറ്റിയില്ല. ഐ എം
Okay,
സോ
no
സോറി
problem.
മിസ്സേ.
അതിന് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ജോയിൻ ഇരിക്കാം, കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുമില്ല. നമ്മളെ
അല്ല,
കഴിഞ്ഞ
എനിക്ക്
പോലെ
ബൈ മിസ്റ്റേക്ക് കയറിപ്പോയതാ. ക്ലാസ്
ആ
ഞങ്ങളുടെ ആയിരിക്കും എന്ന് ഓർത്ത്.
വിചാരിച്ചു. ഓക്കെ, ഇന്നലെ കേറിയില്ലായിരുന്നു.
ആ കേറി, ഇന്നലെ ഞാൻ കയറിയായിരുന്നു. സോറി മാം, സോറി എവരി വൺ, സോറി
No
സോറി.
problem, no problem. It's your people. You can join the class also, no problem.
ഓക്കെ മാം, ബൈ.
So many confusions, no? But
Yeah, yeah.
they can listen if they want,
Ah,
no?
yes, yes, yes. But she told us no, because when I called her, that call came. But she's very genuine. She came back and say sorry. Oh my God, so sweet. Okay, fine. So okay, so law of work. And Kim may be surprised what I am saying in Malayalam. Okay.
But she knows some. She can understand because she is
And
working with multi.
from our
She is working
news,
correct
right?
with multi. I think 3 years over. Her third year is it here.
I think 3 years means she has to speak in Malayalam.
But it is very
But,
difficult.
if 3 years means she has to speak in Malayalam and she has to teach her people also Malayalam, at least her partner. Okay, fine. Okay, so Kasadi Babri, you know about that, the first Montessori school which was started in San Lorenzo, one slum area in Italy. So in Casade Babri, actually Maria Montessori updated her method according to the experiences she faced in this Casa de Babri. Whatever she started in the beginning was after many days it just changed, because initially there was closed shelf and like that closed shelf, and the facilitator is taking the materials and giving to each and every kid, and after completing the activity the facilitator is collecting from the kids and putting on the shelf and locking the shelf. One day after the session, when the kids all went to their home, the facilitator forgot to lock the shelf. It was open. And what happened the next day when she came, she was very late. Before that, Maria Montessori and the kids were reached the school. When the kids reached the school, they saw that the shelf is open. So they just go and took the materials, which is very some of the kids will be interesting to and focusing on some materials. They took the materials which they are very like to do. So when this facilitator came, no, she saw that the kids all are doing activities by their own, and Dr. Maria Montessori was there observing them. Then she became very angry. She said that the kids steal the materials. So then Maria Montessori consoled her and told to her that no worries, we can change our method. We will make all the shelves child friendly. We will make all the shelves open, and we can give them the opportunity to choose their own materials, so that they will do that activity very interesting. If we pick one material and giving to any kid, means they are pressurized to do the same. But if they wish to take and do the activity, means they will take the material in which they are very interested, so they will do that activity very nicely, very interestingly. Okay, so their development will be fast as per the activity. So that's why the method is upgrading day by day. Okay. Okay, friends. So that law of work, like the children from that slum area, they were very like aggressive, disturbing character, destroying nature. Whatever things are getting, they will destroy everything. And they are not that much hygiene. They are not aware about the cleanliness and hygiene also. But after some more days, maybe it may take 2 3 months, they became normal. According to Dr. Maria Montessori, a normalized kid means protective. That is, he can do his own activities by himself, not disturbing others and the surroundings. So, according to her, normalized means protective. And normalized means just like very perfect, top in all subjects. It is not like that. Protective. That is, he can do all the activities in his own rate, in his own speed. Okay. So you can read that next portion, that is work of a child is the difference between child's work and adult work, that is grown-ups.
The bullets, no? The aim of the child's work is not a visible one, but of an internal one. That is for self-constructive and self-construction. An adult work to complete an activity, the child work in order to develop through work. He established concentration, his motor development, work habit, and more importantly, his self-concept. Second one, the child attains a law of maximum effort. To succeed by himself, he boosts his efforts. To develop, he must do it himself, and no one can do it for him. In fact, every support given to a child captures his development. Third one, children use the environment to enhance themselves. Adults use themselves to improve the environment. The adult is no longer developing. He has arrived at the norm of the species, but the child is being in a constant state of transportation. He interacts with the environment and receives impressions for his psychic development. The next one is children work for the purpose of the process. However, the adult is involved with the end and result. The the accent of the child's work is different from the adult. A child of about 3.5 years who wants to work with the 10 cubes of pink towers on a rack would create 10 separate journeys all over the room. An adult would never act in that way. The child does not hurry as we do towards the end by following his rhythm. He is able to accurate himself.
So just think about us. We are adult, grown-ups. If we fold the cloth and put it in the shelf and make it in an order, that means we have to do that work. We just focusing on the end result, that is folding all the clothes and making it arrange in that shelf. We are not enjoying that thing, right? but the kids are enjoying the activity. They just enjoy that process. That is a difference between the work of a grown up or adult compared to that of a child. uh, if we say to one of the kid, like, just go and take the chalk from the staff room, they are very proud. That is a proud moment for their entire life. Oh, miss told me to take that chalk from the class, or miss told me to take that workbook, or some whatever it be. We are just giving a task to any of the kid, they will be very happy, right? They are enjoying that process. Okay, so they are not focusing on the end result, they are enjoying the process, going there and taking the chalk and proudly coming to the classroom and giving the chalk to the teacher in front of all the other children. Means it is a great proud moment for that kid. But for an adult, they are not just enjoying the process, they just want to need that final result. So, filling a glass with water from a jug, we just need that glass of water. Okay, that is our end result. But the child will enjoy that process, pouring the water into the glass. So that is the difference between the kids' work and adults. Okay, they are enjoying that process. Okay, on don't focusing on that end result. After accomplishing the task, they will feel very proud also. So that's only about that. And the adult won't act in that way. They are very hurry and doing the process, but kids will enjoy each and every minute and each and every step of that task. So that is about law of work. Initially, we will term it as work, but actually, like, children consider it as a play. After repeating the same activity, that will become work. That is, their body is moving, their skills are developing, like fine motor skills, mainly fine motor skills are developing. Okay, fine. Then next one is law of independence, connected with the freedom we are providing to the kid. Okay.
Law of independence. Little children, from the moment they are weaned and making their way toward independence. In their childhood, children fight for independence. Through the process of evolution, the child gains more independence and uses this is to allow his own inner guide for his actions. For Montessori, the attainment of independence is needed to the child's normal development. No one can be free unless he is independent. The child uses his independence to hear to his own inner guide for actions that can be useful to him. In fact, he who is served is controlled in his independence. We habitually serve children, and this is not an only act of servility towards them, but it is dangerous since it tends to suffocate their useful spontaneous activity. Maria Montessori meant independence as a biological term. To be independent, one must function without the instant help of others. In human development, the achievement in human development, the achievement of successive grades of independence corresponds to experience such as learning to walk, talk, reasons, and so forth. No animal, however independent, can be free in the sense in which a man can achieve freedom. For the independence of choice is bound with the power to think and reason.
Okay, ma'am. We can discuss about that. So, law of independence, we just already said that we need two conditions, that is for the natural development, and one of the condition is freedom. If we give them freedom for doing their own things, they will be more independent. Okay, they can do. We know that when they reach nearly 1 year, that time they will fight for independence. I will do, I know how to do, I like that dress, I will dress myself, I will wear my shoes by my own. Sometimes it will be like they will put shoe just that left to the right and right to the left, like that, but for them that is the correct way. Okay, so that's why many mothers says like, don't you don't know how to put on the shoes, you don't know how to put on the dress, I will do it for you. So that fight will happen between the mother and the child. Okay, but if we show some patience and if we enjoy the way they are doing, that will help them to independent very, even though the process is happening slowly, that when they reach independent, that will make them, that will develop their personality from the childhood itself. Everybody is feeling like personality means when we are grown up, our attire and everything bring us the personality. It is not correct. The personality is developing from childhood itself. Okay, they will become more confident, their inner discipline, everything will develop in the childhood if we are giving them proper freedom for making them independent. So in that, now it is given that no one can be free unless he is independent. If they are independent, then only they can do everything freely. So he know what to do next step, because he the kid is observing everything, what all things are happening surrounding him. He may be like observing that his mother is pouring water from a jug to a glass. He is observing that when he need water, he will imitate that. So we have to show them what to do. That's it. So if we are not permitting them to do their own things by themselves, then that will become a danger thing. That is, we are just making them suffocating. Because if he needs to do anything by himself, and we are not letting him to do, then he will be like frustrating. That suffocation will be there. So that will arrest their development. Okay. So that's why they are learning many things. If we are not giving them any freedom and we are just putting them inside a room and don't making them to do any activities, so their development will become slow. Talking, moving, everything will become slow. They don't know how to say, how to express their feelings. If they want to urinate, they don't know how to express. If they want to use the toilet, they don't know how to express. The result things will happen. Okay, next we have some points, like 5 points Maria Montessori is postulating. You can just read all the points, like next topic is power of attention. You can just complete that law of independence, the remaining portions.
Secondly, the child must be encouraged. Sorry, the next paragraph is to bring up independence in Montessori environment. Firstly, the child must be give chance to work with material in the environment. Never do what the child can do for himself. No one can be free unless he is independent. Therefore, the first active sign of the child's individual liberty must be so instructed that through activity he may acquire independence. We generally serve children, and this is not only an act of servility towards them, but it is insecure since it tends to suffocate their useful, spontaneous activity. Our duty towards him is, in every case, of helping him to make a takeover of such useful acts as nature plan that he should perform. Secondly, the child must be encouraged to develop his will. The child's strength must be directed toward a given end in the activities chosen for him. Thirdly, the child must be aided in developing discipline. They should be given constructive work. Fourthly, the child is required to know and have a knowledge of good and bad. To accomplish this distinction, the adult must firm limits, set firm limits against destructive and unsociable actions. The directress should never be afraid of destroying what is evil. It is what is good she must fear to destroy. Good being interpreted as any activity which needs to order, harmony, self development, and therefore to discipline. Ninu, 1 second, ma'am.
You need to take the call, or I need to call anyone, please. No problem.
No, I want to call my child. Okay, ma'am, I'll continue. Self development and therefore so discipline. Evil being everything which needs to the desperation of the child's creative energies and therefore to disorder. Lastly, we are required to provide freedom for the child. Only in an atmosphere of freedom can a child work for himself. The adult will have to play a passive role and realize the child to take control of his surroundings. If the adult remains in just usurping the child, he will not realize his full potential. Maria Montessori assumed that in order to be free, one needs to be independent.
Okay. So to bring up independence in
Jisha, ma'am, 1 second.
Yeah,
I think
please.
emergency.
No problem. Please carry on. We will wait.
Sorry, ma'am, because I think they are calling. Unnecessarily, they will not call. I don't know. Now another phone they are using. So can I continue? Yeah, this is a last point.
Yeah, yes, you completed the topic, right? That is law of independence.
That completed.
Okay, fine. So we will discuss. So to bring up independence in Montessori environment, Maria Montessori just mentioned about 5 things. Firstly, that is, we should give the kid the chance to work with materials in the environment. Don't do that activity for the child if he is doing that activities by his own. Okay, so we have to make him free, then only he will become independent. So that freedom will make him more independent. So first we have to just give him that liberty, that freedom. Okay, so that is the first thing. Then only he will just develop by his own will and his own personality. So that spontaneous activity will make him more independent. Okay, so if we help them, his natural development will stunt. That will become stopped. Okay, secondly, we have to encourage the child. So if he is doing any activity by his own, that means he is developing his own will, his own personality. So we have to encourage him. We don't need to say like, hey, what are you doing? This is the way the things are doing. It is not good. You have to do like that. Don't say that type of sentences or words. You have done mistake. This is not the correct way. That will down that kid's confidence. He will lose his self-esteem. He will lose his self-confidence also. So we have to encourage him. Yeah, very good. You are very good, and you can do it more nicely. Please try. You are very good in it. Like that, we teachers always praising the kids. No, we are just giving him that words will make them more happy, and they will try their maximum effort. Thirdly, so just observe a child who is doing any activity of his own interest. He will simply silently sit silent and do his activities. He is concentrating on that activity. He won't disturb anyone. He won't disturb the surroundings. Also, that means that discipline is developing. So self-discipline, that is the fruits of liberty, because we are giving them freedom to choose the materials, and we are giving them freedom to do the activities, and we are giving the space for doing the activity, and we are letting them to do the activity in their own pace, their own speed, their own rate. He is very happy, and he starts doing the activity, and from that freedom, we are just offering them the freedom, we are providing them the freedom. From that freedom, the result is self-discipline. No need to take stick, no need to shout, no need to give them punishment. We just simply give them the freedom. So that discipline is developing by their own. Okay. So they should give some activities like constructive work. That was the third point, that development of discipline. Fourthly, the child should know about good and evil, good and bad. So, if we saw any evil thing from the child's side, then we can intervene. He said that we have to give them freedom, no need to interrupt, no need to intervene. But if we see any bad gestures or bad things from the side of the child, any evil things that like he is not using the materials correctly, he is just trying to destroy that materials, then we have to interrupt, we have to intervene, we have to make them aware about good and bad. Okay, so that is Maria Montessori strictly saying that we have to distinguish between this good and bad. Any unsociable action, any destructive nature is we are seeing from any of the kid, we can intervene. Then the fifth one, that is last one. So we are providing freedom for the child. So yeah, that free atmosphere with freedom, a child can work that, and then only a child can work for himself. So adults should be passive, active member and dominant member. Potential member should be the child. We are just simply observing the kid in a side. We have to be passive. Active person is the child itself. So if we are just like usurping, that is take control of the child, then his full potential won't reveal. So Maria Montessori just assuming that in order to be free, one needs to be independent. So that freedom will make him more independent. When he is independent, he is very free to do everything. Okay, so we will take that power of attention, development of will and all the things in the next class. And we already said that in a productive environment or whatever it be, in a this all this development will happen in a very good environment only. That is, we can say like nutritious environment. It is not just about food only. the positive factors, the positive things we are providing the kids, then only these all development will happen. If we are not giving any positive nutrients like love, independence, sympathy, empathy, then their develop. If we are not providing any environment like that, then the development will be arrested. Okay. So please, if you have time, please read and come. Okay. If our health is okay on tomorrow, we can take more time. Okay, fine. Okay, then have a nice day. Kim, take care, take rest. Okay, bye.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for you, ma'am. Good night.
Okay. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good night, ma'am.